Now at 6, police in Joplin respond to a car crash into the side of a nail salon. Plus, a casino becomes the first location in Ottawa County to feature a Narcan vending machine. And Missouri Southern hosts its first Lion Pride luncheon of the fall semester.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
Authorities in Joplin respond to a car crash into the side of a nail salon today. This is KOAM News at 6. I'm Tanya Bach. The call came in just before 10 this morning at Rockstar Nails and Spa in the 1900 block of East 32nd Street. Authorities say the driver accidentally hit the gas instead of the brake. No one inside the salon was injured, nor was the driver. A city building inspector checked the safety of the structure and gave it approval for continued occupancy. Management for the salon says the business will remain open. Construction crews have already begun repairing the damage. A young woman is recovering after falling from a cliff yesterday above Shoal Creek. Joplin firefighters received the call just before 5 last night. 2 crews responded to the scene. The first had to rappel down the 30-foot cliff to the victim. The second rescue crew launched a boat downstream. Rescuers were able to communicate with the woman in spite of her injuries. The Joplin fire chief says it was safer to move the woman by boat rather than a high-angle rope rescue. And crews rushed her to a waiting Newton County ambulance where she was taken trauma to an area hospital. The extent of her injuries is unknown. Well, Chief Meteorologist Doug Hetty joins us now with a first look at weather.
Yeah, and it turned out to be a fantastic Friday for us today. Cooler than what we have seen over the past couple days. Still high temps into the mid 80s, but not bad. 83 right now in Joplin. 80 is where we stand in Pittsburgh. 79 Stockton, 83 in Neosho, Miami. 85, we have 84 in Parsons. We're going to slide back through the 70s into the 60s, even into the 50s later on tonight. By 8 p.m., 74 down to 64 by midnight. Pretty much clear skies. Not a whole bunch is going on here. Any rain is staying down to our south across southern parts of the plains. And as we go through the overnight hours, we'll stick with the clear skies. But check this out. By morning, we're going to be all the way down to about 53, 54 degrees. And we most likely won't even get out of the 70s for highs on Saturday. We're going to look at your weekend and next week coming up here in just a bit.
All right, thanks, Doug. Well, changes in language on the Missouri ballot could be in the works. KOAM's Anthony Saviello joins us in studio with more.
Yeah, Tanya, thanks. A Missouri judge ruled yesterday that the summary language that appears on the Missouri ballot to restore abortion rights is, quote, unfair, insufficient, inaccurate, and misleading. The current ballot language is as follows. A yes vote will enshrine the right to abortion at any time of a pregnancy in the Missouri Constitution. Additionally, it will prohibit any regulation of abortion, including regulations designed to protect women undergoing abortions, and prohibit any civil or criminal recourse against anyone who performs an abortion and hurts or kills the pregnant woman. The judge says the wording summarizing that what a vote yes would do is misleading, specifically this wording right here. New wording proposed by the judge clarifies that the measure would remove Missouri's abortion ban, allow abortion to be restricted or banned after fetal viability with exceptions, as well as create a constitutional right to make decisions about reproductive health care, including abortion and contraceptives. A 3-judge panel of the Western District Court of Appeals ruled Secretary of State Ashcroft's summary was politically partisan and rewrote it. However, there is a trial taking place to block the amendment written by the panel from appearing on the ballot. As of now, the language that will appear on the ballot is still unknown. Tanya?
All right, thanks, Anthony. Ottawa County's first harm reduction vending machine will be at the Stables Casino, and they hope to save lives. KOAM's Melissa Alexis has more.
Narcan saves lives and minutes count.
The Lost River Treatment Center in Ottawa County is working to help people who are battling opioid addiction.
This being located at a casino, that's a high traffic area. If somebody presented with a overdose, they could easily access a Narcan kit.
According to Oklahoma.gov, In Oklahoma, the number of opioid deaths from 2019 to 2022 grew from 50 to more than 600. Kittrell says the center wants to address the opioid epidemic.
Punch in the number and it dispenses. Passionate about saving lives and getting people into treatment that need it and really making our community a safer and healthier place to live.
The kits contain Narcan, fentanyl testing strips, and medication disposal bags. One of the goals by providing this, they hope it will give people a chance to seek help.
If someone's alive, they have a second chance and they could access the QR code, come to counseling, and change their lives.
The resources in the vending machine are free for the public to use. Reporting in Miami, Melissa Alexis, KOAM News.
The kit is available as long as the casino is open, and you can access counseling anytime, though. We've provided a link with the QR code in this web article on our website at KOAMnewsnow.com. Missouri Southern opened its doors to the public today for the Lion Pride Luncheon event. Head football coach Atiba Bradley and head cross-country coach Jamie Burnham took in the event, as did some student athletes, linebackers, and some good old-fashioned fans.
Just an opportunity for our fans and our linebackers and the general public that has an interest in Missouri Southern athletics to come out, hear from our coaches, hear from our student athletes, learn a little bit about what's going on in the programs, and yeah, just a chance to engage with the people that support us.
Attendees were able to ask questions to all the speakers about their programs. High school football season rolls on. KOAM Sports Director John Dales takes us live to the game of the week, Girard versus Colgan. That's coming up later in sports. But first, a Special Olympics organizer has a tool anyone can use to improve the way people talk to each other.
After an auto accident,
Election season can cause rising tensions not only on the political stage, but often in your own home. But Northeastern Oklahoma A&M University welcomed a guest lecturer who hopes to ease some of those tensions by changing how we talk to each other. KOAM's Samantha Walker has more.
Timothy Shriver is the chairman of Special Olympics International and has worked with the organization for decades. He says his work with the athletes led him to reflect on how we treat each other and inspired him to co-create the Dignity Index.
People with intellectual and developmental disabilities are treated with so much separation and humiliation, and yet they often bridge. So I thought, if they can show me how to do it, maybe we can find a way to bring their gifts to our politics and our culture and our families.
The Dignity Index is a tool designed to help ease divisions and solve problems by analyzing how we speak to each other. The index scores phrases on an 8-point scale from contempt to dignity. For example, level 1 has the most contempt, escalating violent words and violent actions. Level 8, with the most dignity, is refusal to hate anyone and offer dignity to everyone because you can see yourself in every human. You might say, each one of us is born with inherent worth, so we treat everyone with dignity, no matter what.
It's a very simple way of helping people try to use a little more dignity and a little less anger and hatred and contempt when they're disagreeing with people on the other side of any issue, including in your family or in your community, but also in your politics.
For attendees like Ethan Moore, Shriver's talk inspired him to look deeper at word choice.
I think I'll be more conscious about whenever I dip into the negative or the other side of maybe I shouldn't say that, or maybe I'm not giving them the value that they deserve.
And with election season upon us and politically charged conversations to come, Shriver says a tool like this has never been more useful.
The culture wars have brought a lot of division to our families, to our workplaces. We're starving, I believe, as Americans, for change. Write an email to your candidate's team and say, try to raise your scores on these things. We want more dignity and less contempt.
He says no matter your politics or background, everyone can take steps to speak with a little more dignity today than they did yesterday. Reporting in Miami, Samantha Walker, KOAM News.
If you're wanting to reflect on how much contempt or dignity is in speech, the Dignity Index has a daily challenge where you score language from leaders and others in popular culture. You can learn more on our website at KOAMnewsnow.com. A little later, Parsons takes on Labette County in another big high school matchup. John has that story and more coming up.
Plus, it cools down even a little bit more as we head into the weekend. We're going to look at those details coming up. Well, of course, for us today, it turned out to be a nice Friday today. We had quite a bit of sunshine, a little breezy, but temperatures fantastic, mid-80s, so quite a bit cooler than the 94 that we had yesterday. Today, 86 for a high, plus the humidity has been low. Great shot. This is our Cornell Arts and Entertainment Complex tower cam, of course, downtown Joplin. All right, mid-90s yesterday. Not the case today. Mid-80s for highs. In fact, we're going to cool it down even more as we go into the weekend. Let's go outside right now. It's 78 in Abate. It's 81 in Monette, 82 in Cassville. Bentonville, 87 in Jay. We have 84 in Parsons. Iola is sitting at 80. Evening hours really shrinking up on us. It's dark now by 7:50, 8 p.m., which is kind of crazy. 83, northerly winds at about 10 to 15, but our humidity is low. Look at our dew points, 45 to 50. That's at the bottom of the scale, so it makes it feel very refreshing across the region. Northerly winds kind of kicking in, 10 to 15. We've had some gusts a little bit higher than that. It's going to stay breezy throughout the overnight hours for us tonight. Gusts near 20, and then slowly kind of tapering off as we go through the daytime hours for us tomorrow. But we're going to have a fantastic weekend. All right, Forest State, Friday night football. Really can't ask for much more. 78 by kickoff, which most games are in about 45 minutes. 66 by the fourth quarter. Clear skies. May even need a light jacket by the end of those games. Pretty much clear skies. Not a whole bunch is going on here. Any rain down to our south, Arkansas, down through parts of Texas, and then into the Gulf of Mexico. But this is all going to stay south of us. What we are seeing is a northerly flow. Look at the upper level winds right out of Canada. That ushers in some cooler air, and that's what we're going to see as we go into the weekend. All right, let me step you through time. By morning, a couple clouds in our western counties, maybe a sprinkle. Look at these lows, 51, 50, 55, 54, looking pretty good. By the noon hour, back into lower 70s, and I think most of us about 78 tomorrow. 75 Lamar, 73 in Monette, 78 in Bonita, Fredonia up to about 75. Tomorrow night, even cooler. We drop back upper 40s for overnight lows. Now the winds switch back toward the south, or at least southeast on Sunday, so this will start a slow warming trend. High temps right around 80 to 81 degrees as we head into Sunday. All right, if you're heading out tomorrow evening, we have college football. We have Pitt State at Southern. This kicks off at 7 p.m. So if you're tailgating, 77, can't ask for anything better. Kickoff 71, by halftime down to 63 degrees. And if we consolidate your weekend, 78 tomorrow, 81 on Sunday. Chilly starts, but really just fantastic weather across the region. Now, we do get that slow warming trend. Lower 80s on Sunday, mid 80s by the time we head into Monday, and we will get back into lower 90s by the middle of next week. 78 tomorrow, 81 Sunday, 86 Monday, 89 on Tuesday, 90 on Wednesday, and then we start to go back down. So overall, the forecast looks great. Plus, we don't really have to deal with humidity, so it's not going to feel nasty outside. So it looks great.
That might be the best part, is like getting rid of that humidity.
I know. I got up early this morning. It was kind of chilly out there. It was nice.
It was nice.
So
I enjoyed it. All right, thanks, Doug. Well, still ahead, Friday means high school football in the 4 states. John Dales joins us live from the game of the week and previews tonight's matchups. Up next in sports.
Labor Day.
Hey, and welcome into KOAM pregame live. High school football is back here in the 4 states. It's week 2 for Missouri and plenty of Oklahoma schools, but in Kansas, it's week 1 and the start of a brand new season. That's where we are for our game of the week here at Girard High School. The Trojans host the Colgan Panthers tonight. in a CNC battle. And the Panthers obviously were undefeated conference champions a year ago. Girard 3-6 last year, but traditionally a very strong program, had back-to-back 10-win seasons in 2021 and 2022, and would love to knock off the Panthers tonight to begin their season. The Panthers, meanwhile, are younger in 2024 with fresh faces at several starting positions.
Very fortunate to be at a place like this where, the expectations are high every year, and every group that steps in is expected to, to compete and do things the right way. And this group has really done a good job of taking those high expectations on. And so yeah, we're really excited about the group and the success that we've had at the JV level the last 2 years. It's not something we take lightly, and I think that goes to show that the kids take it serious and they want to be good when they get their chance.
Elsewhere in Kansas, Pittsburgh is at home against Emporia. The Dragons opened up 2023 with a win at the Spartans on the road. Tonight they play them at home. Injuries were a big part of Pittsburgh's season last year. They had their fourth-string quarterback playing late in the year and had a first-round playoff exit, but that's a very hungry group in 2024. Meanwhile, a big rivalry game in week 1 as well. Parsons takes on Labette County, each team's season opener in that game. The Grizzlies have won just 3 games in the previous 3 seasons combined. Meanwhile, the Vikings won 9 games a year ago, went all the way to the state quarterfinals, but when these two teams meet up, you can basically throw the record books out the window. Over in Missouri, a ton of big games there as well. We're just 1 week in, but we're really starting to find out which teams are legitimate contenders for a state championship here in 2024. And 2 of those teams are Webb City and Nixa. They face off tonight at Cardinal Stadium. Both of them are coming off impressive week 1 wins. The Eagles dominate Republic 49-14. The Cardinals beat Lebanon 35-13. This could very well decide who wins the COC. Meanwhile, Carthage will have something to say about that. The Tigers at home tonight, they blew out Waynesville in week 1, 55-7. Their opponent tonight, Ozark, also scored 55 in a week 1 win. Another big game, Class 3, Mount Vernon goes on the road to Seneca. Both of these teams are 1-0, and the Mountaineers beat Aurora, Indians beat McDonald County. Seneca has beaten Mount Vernon 2 years in a row in the district championship game. Tonight, Mount Vernon tries to get revenge. And then over in Oklahoma, a rivalry game tonight. Quapaw takes on Wyandotte, a couple of Lucky 7 conference teams. 2 of the best in Class A year ago. Wyandotte up to 2A this year. Quapaw lost to Salina in its season opener. This is Wyandotte's first game here tonight. Plenty of action all across the area. We hope you'll be able to join us for Fox Press Box tonight. But for now, that's it for sports. We're back after this.
Here's a look at what's coming up on KOAM News at 9 on Fox 14. We take you to the 100-mile yard sale in Coffeyville, Kansas. Plus a look at the latest efforts to combat maternal mortality in the U.S. and how standing desks can improve focus and activity for students. Those stories and a lot more tonight on KOAM News at 9 on Fox 14. Do you like standing desk?
I do, but I don't really have one. I would like to have one. So if you could talk to the bosses, that would be A-okay with me.
I have one.
I know you do. I don't know.
I don't use it enough. It gives you the option up or down.
Dow uses his all the time.
Yeah.
So, all right. Weather-wise, looks pretty good. We're going to drop back into lower 50s later on tonight. Look at tomorrow. Beautiful. 78 down to 52 tomorrow night.
Well, thank you for watching. We will see you right back here at 10. Have a great evening and an even better weekend.